We quit putting baby in a corner on this date. Welcome back to On This Day. Today's date is August 21st, 2023. It is the 233rd day of the year. There are 132 days left in 2023. It is the 34th Monday in the 34th week and the 62nd day of summer. You got 33 days left until fall. Happening now. Looks like California's getting nailed with the tropical storm hurricane. It's still a hurricane as I'm recording this on the 20th at 3:30 in the afternoon. It's been hitting Los Angeles and then San Diego, but it's hurricane or tropical storm by now, Hillary. Now I was talking about this on my live stream on the other day. Now this one's kind of a blessing and a curse. The path that this thing is supposed to take is supposed to cause tons of flooding and all kinds of other problems. California is not built for this kind of rain. But at the same time, the path that this hurricane or tropical storm is on is going right over a whole bunch of wildfires that California, Nevada, Idaho, and even Oregon have going on right now. So it's gonna flood some things, but it's gonna help with the wildfires. So that's a plus, I guess. Today is National Spumoni Day. National Spumoni Day is celebrated on August 21st every year in honor of the Italian ice cream treat that incorporates cream, fruit, and nuts. Spumoni sort of looks like Neapolitan, but they replaced the strawberry with pistachio, so it's brown, white, and green. Chocolate, vanilla, and pistachio. Now, it's actually not an ice cream because it doesn't have enough fat in it. One thing I learned from watching the video, you don't scoop it, like scoop into the ice cream. You almost like shave the top with it. You don't scoop into it. It's pretty interesting. They take it seriously. All right, let's see what else August 21st is giving us. 1821, Jarvis Island is discovered by the crew of the Eliza Francis. Jarvis Island is out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and it's one of the islands that they were looking for Amelia Earhart on. So she was supposed to be on Howland Island or near Baker Island in that area, and there was a naval ship there waiting for her, and she never showed up. They could hear her on the radio, but apparently she couldn't hear them. They were trying to guide her in, and they don't know what happened. Now, Howland and Baker Island are far west from Jarvis Island, but that's one of the places they thought maybe she ended up. These days, Jarvis Island is a wildlife refuge. 1878, the American Bar Association is founded in Saratoga Springs, New York. 1883, an F5 tornado strikes Rochester, Minnesota, leading to the creation of the Mayo Clinic. The Mayo Clinic started off as a medical practice of William Morrill Mayo. He was born in Manchester, England, and immigrated to the United States in 1846. As he worked west, he earned himself 2 medical degrees. He lived in Indiana for a while and married his wife Louise Abigail Wright. They eventually moved to Minnesota Territory in 1854, seeking a more healthful climate. That's where he started his practice. He also had 2 sons that went to medical school, and on August 21st, 1883, a tornado struck Rochester, Minnesota, causing at least 37 deaths and over 200 injuries. 1/3 of the town was destroyed, but the Mayo family escaped serious harm. Relief efforts began immediately in a variety of different makeshift facilities. Mayo was placed in charge of organizing the medical care for the wounded survivors. Needing nurses, he reached out to the Sisters of St. Francis of Rochester, Minnesota. It was a teaching order. After the crisis, he continued to talk to Mother Alfred, who was in charge of the Sisters of St. Francis of Rochester. And they made an agreement with a handshake that they would get the funding for a hospital, and him and his 2 sons, who were now doctors and surgeons, would provide the medical care and the surgical services. On September 30th, 1889, St. Mary's Hospital was opened by the sisters with the 3 Mayo physicians on staff. Very interesting how that worked out. 1945, physician Harry Daghalain, I believe that's it, is fatally radiated in an accident during the experiment with the Demon Core at Los Alamos National Laboratory. I don't know how it panned out, but there was a movie, Fat Man and a Little Boy, about this whole thing, and I think it was John Cusack played the doctor, but they showed him getting radiated, and he was dead within an hour. It was just his body was bubbling up. It was gross. That was the movie, but still. 1959, the United States President Dwight D. Eisenhower signs an executive order proclaiming Hawaii the 50th state of the Union. Hawaii's admission is currently commemorated on Hawaiian Admission Day. 1968, James Anderson Jr. posthumously receives the first Medal of Honor to be awarded to an African-American U.S. Marine. 1993, NASA loses contact with the Mars Observer spacecraft. 2000, American golfer Tiger Woods wins the 82nd PGA Championship and becomes the first golfer since Ben Hogan in 1953 to win 3 majors in a calendar year. When I was the kid, they did a little news feature on him. He's from not too far from where I grew up. It was his dad taught him how to golf and all this, and it was pretty interesting. My dad, who's a big golfer, I remember going, Jesus, look at that kid hit. And he was only like a 6-year-old kid, 7-year-old kid at the time. 2017, a solar eclipse traverses the continental United States. Movies released on August 21st, 1987, Dirty Dancing. A young woman falls in love with a dance instructor at a Catskills resort against her father's wishes. He doesn't want her to have anything to do with this guy. He was played by Jerry Orbach. Jennifer Grey played the girl, who they referred to her as Baby in the movie. And the great Patrick Swayze played the rebellious dance instructor. This was one of the biggest movies of the summer of 1987. I think it was the biggest movie. So there's all this conflict. First, there's the getting to know each other, and he's helping her dance, and then the father doesn't go for it, and she sneaks out to still do it. And at the end of the show, there's this big talent show type thing with all the resort employees and all the people are there to watch it. Well, he usually does the last dance of the year, the last part of the performance, whatever. And he storms on the stage and says, I always do the last dance and I'm going to do it after they told him not to. It's a, romantic comedy, but it's a classic. If you've never seen it, I'd see it. I mean, not my type of movie, but I still love that movie. I can't believe Patrick Swayze died all the way back in 2009. I think it was prostate cancer. Jennifer Grey, now, I've seen interviews with her. Her actual name in the movie is Frances, but everyone called her Baby. She was, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Dirty Dancing, all these great movies in the 80s and early 90s. And I watched an interview where she said, I went and got my nose because she was known for having this big nose. It's a cute big nose. She was attractive, but she didn't like it, so she got it trimmed down. She said they had no idea who she was and she just couldn't get any more parts. Thought she was bettering her appearance, but apparently it sort of ruined her career. I mean, she had a great career, don't get me wrong, but kind of ended because of that. So these are some of the movies she was in. Reckless, which was one of her early films, 1984, great. She was in Red Dawn, the original, great. She was in The Cotton Club, which is a great movie. American Flyers, another outstanding movie. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Dirty Dancing. In around 1990, she got the nose job and her roles changed. In 1991, Eyes of a Witness, which was a TV movie. A Case of Murder, TV movie. Friends, TV series. Fallen Angel, TV series. West Side Waltz, TV movie. Nothing really exciting. It was all just TV work after that. She was also in this weird show called John from Cincinnati, which was on Showtime or HBO. That was a pretty good show, but everything else was TV series for her after the nose thing. Kind of gets you back to the old, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type theory. But then again, when you're in that situation, you're thinking, wait, is this holding me back from getting bigger roles? Maybe I should do it and get better roles. And in the end, it backfired, I guess. It's too bad. I think she's talented and I think she's beautiful no matter what. Born on August 21st, 1956, Kim Cattrall, actress who's best known for her portrayal of Samantha Jones in HBO's series Sex and the City. The role earned her a Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actress in 2002. After high school, she attended the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. She made her big screen debut in 1975 in the movie Rosebud. She was also in Mannequin. That was a great movie. I didn't know Sex and the City was this old. It started in 1998 and lasted till 2004. They had a remake of it. They had a movie in 2008, and then they did, I think, a couple seasons or a movie. No, it was another movie, Sex and the City 2. And now there's a new one called And Just Like That, which I guess she's only playing one episode of. It's a new series, but she didn't want to get too into it. I don't think she wants to really be doing things anymore. Strange. You know what else she was in 1984? Police Academy. She didn't stay for the following 6 lame versions of it, but the first one was pretty good. Died on August 21st, 2020. Brian Lee, New Orleans-based blues guitarist and singer whose blindness earned him the nickname Braille Blues Daddy. He began releasing music in the 1970s and earned a following in Louisiana and in the 80s with his band Jump Street 5. He was completely blind by age 8. He developed a passion for blues listening to the radio. He performed with Kenny Wayne Shepherd on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno in 2007. He died on August 21st, 2020 at the age of 77. Now, I saw one thing that said he had had cancer. I saw another thing that said he had a heart attack, so I don't know what. All right, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you got some information out of it. Now go out, have a great day, be nice to each other.